to me, man, I think Fields is heavily a part of that conversation. Now, the part that is interesting as it pertains to Justin Fields, we got these reports as well. Him. So, yeah, shout out to Jeremy Fowler. But, yeah, as I was doing my show notes, researching and everything like that, he was talking about how the Steelers brass, at least internally, were kind of split on both quarterbacks, right? Which ones they wanted to come back with. And obviously that was why they said that, I believe it was Monday, Coach Thomas was to have his, big meetings offensively, defensively, who comes back, who returns, things like, or who doesn't return. But in the midst of that, they were talking about Justin Fields specifically and how he's, number one, the Jets have interest in him and he has interest in the Jets. Shout out to him for that. All right. And then the other part of Jeremy Fowler, what he was reporting was that Justin Fields is open to returning, but he wants at least a promise or a guarantee or some type of pathway to him being able to start for the full season. And he felt like last year, obviously with Russ and how that situation played out, that was never the case. And he doesn't think that there's a clear path if Russ were to return, which we all would agree upon. So that obviously made it a little bit more interesting with Justin Fields, because the conversation surrounding Fields in this quarterback scenario has basically been, do the Steelers want to proceed with Russ as QB1? Fields, you're waiting. Let's figure out, do we want to go do business with him or not? And this whole time, we're just thinking, Fields just sitting there chilling, which I'm glad he was. And I'm glad that for Justin Fields, he has been over here like, let me take some phone calls. Let me see what else is out there. Or not officially, because obviously you can't do that type of stuff right now. But I like the fact that he is utilizing his platform to show that he has some power as well. We always focus on what's best for the organization. What's best for the organization, what's best for the team. Take less money, man. Sign that guy, man. Don't come over here, man. Why? Because it helps the team out. But every once in a while, man, the alumni side, because I was on the player side. I went on front office management side. Nah. So I default to player. Yeah. So I like the fact that Justin Fields for certain was like, hey, bro, I'm nobody's just, number two. I'm nobody's just, I'm the rebound. Like, nah, I'm cool on you, bro. Like, I got action over here too. And that's just one of the teams that we know about. I expect more teams to pop up as the combine arises. Okay. As the combine arrives, we're going to get more and more reports because everybody's there. All the execs, all the agents, everybody's there communicating and talking and bumping shoulders with each other, man. So with that, for Justin Fields, I think it's very much interesting now, because that gives him a little bit more leverage. It could also speed up the process and put a little bit more pressure on the organization to have to decide, man, I don't want to just keep sitting here waiting. I'm not a guy that you negotiate with him, and if he don't take the deal, now you coming to me. I'll go to New York, man. It's a big market. I got a receiver that I'm familiar with over there in terms of Garrett Wilson. You got a Breece Hall over there. Now, granted, the Jet situation is very much, but if you're Justin Fields, you're like, bro, I done been in Chicago. Shoot, I done been in bad. You know what I mean? He was in Pittsburgh, so you've seen what the good looks like, so you can bring some of that and hopefully carry it over. But I can see him looking at that and saying it gives him a chance to do the Sam Darnold thing. Build your credit back up. Start for a year. Show what you're capable of. Show what you've learned. Show the 6 games weren't a fluke, and that's who you truly are going forward and only going to be better. And now you got a chance to get everything that you want from a contractual standpoint, from being the face of a franchise standpoint, etc. But I do like that for him. Now, the flip side for the Steelers is, you playing with fire. You're playing with fire. We know you said the priority was Russ or Fields, and the reports are still saying that they are still internally split on Russ and Fields. If that's the case, then it's like, hey, man, if you keep playing this slow game with Russ, or taking your time with Russ, and you slow playing my man Fields, you'll mess around and lose Fields, and now you're either forced to pay Russ something, potentially higher, especially if he knows, hey, man, this dude is out. Now my leverage goes up. That was kind of my situation, man, when Jason Rose retired. Shout out to Rose. I was like, hey, bro, why you retiring? You put a little extra in my pocket. Yeah, because it gave me more leverage. So that's the part for Russ that, I'm sure that he's also going to be paying attention to. But for the Steelers, man, where they're at, they're handling business the best way for them, right? Man, take the call over here, man. Let me call up Jacksonville. Let me call up LA. Let me see what Stafford's got going on, right? Let me see what's going on with Rodgers, right? You're seeing all these different reports, man. Let me see. Oh, all right. Danny Dimes. Like, yeah, I'm going to kick the tires. I want to have that conversation. So they're doing their due diligence. That's what we want. We want them to cast a wide net on these guys. If they simply said, man, as soon as the season ended, hey, it's Justin Fields or it's Russell Wilson and we're not looking at anybody else, we would all feel a little bit like, dang, bro, you ain't even entertain all these different options. You ain't even going to entertain it. You're not even going to think about it just a little bit. So at least we're getting that. So to me, I feel more confident that whoever we decide to, land on, we should feel a lot better with. But with that, you are playing a game. You're playing a game, and it could get dangerous. And when reports like this pop up where Justin Fields is getting interest from the Jets and he or his team has put out there that he is also interested in them, it's multifaceted. It's number one, to let the Jets know ahead of time, hey, bro, I like what y'all talking about, and I know y'all kind of, viewed a little weird, but I'm down if y'all down. That's what he's also putting out there. But the other part is, hey, Pittsburgh, y'all keep playing if you want to. Keep playing if you want to. If you can't decide about me versus Russ, I'll decide for you. That's the way this thing kind of rolls too, man. So, like I said, it's definitely going to get a lot more interesting, a lot more intriguing as it pertains to, Justin Fields and his market. Because to me, I think he's going to have a good market out there. The same way I said Danny Dimes is going to have a nice market. I'm not saying nice in the sense of $30-40 million quarterback market, but anywhere between 10 to 25 million. Yeah, those dudes are going to be in those convos, just depending on which team they're negotiating with, what their role potentially is. Is it QB1 bona fide starter? Is it we look at you as bridge quarterback? Is it we want you to compete with the guy, or you the vet mentor? Like, that's a lot of leeway with those two dudes, man. But then you got these other guys who are release candidates or potential candidates to get moved on from their team that could also spike the QB free agent market, the Matthew Staffords of the world, the Geno Smiths of the world that we talked about, right? Those are the dudes where it's like, man, if that type of guy hits the market, that changes stuff. That can bump the pecking order, so to speak, man. So we will see, man. We will see. But y'all hit that like button, man. Don't forget to subscribe either if you're new to the channel. Y'all digging what we on, baby.